My parents sent me an official letter of disownment after I refused to attend my brother's wedding to my ex-fiancé, who he stole from me 2 weeks before our ceremony. I'm 32. Until a few months ago, I was engaged to my girlfriend of 6 years. Our wedding was completely planned. Venue booked, catering locked in, honeymoon paid for. Then, 2 weeks before the ceremony, she dumps me. Says she needs to find herself. I had to call vendors, explain to friends who'd bought plane tickets, eat the humiliation. My life imploded overnight, but that wasn't the worst part. Less than a month later, she showed up at a family barbecue on my brother's arm. My younger brother looked me dead in the eyes while holding her hand. No apology, no shame. He smirked like he'd won. My mom squealed with joy and hugged them both. My dad clapped my brother on the back and called him a real man who knows how to go after what he wants. Fast forward 2 months and they're engaged. He stole my fiancé, then proposed to her like the whole thing wasn't some twisted parody of my life. When I refused to go to their wedding, my parents went ballistic. My mom said, "It's in the past. Grow up, or you're not my son anymore." My dad added coldly, "He was always the stronger son anyway. Goodbye." Then came the kicker. They sent me an official letter of disownment, typed, printed, signed by both of them on our family lawyer's letterhead. Fine, they made their choice, but here's what they didn't know. I work in finance. My brother owns a small business that's been mysteriously thriving despite him being an idiot with money. For years, I'd noticed things. Numbers that don't add up. Invoices that look too perfect. Once he took my fiancé and my parents cheered him on, I started paying real attention. What I found was damning. Fake invoices, shell accounts, thousands of dollars moving through businesses that didn't exist. He was writing checks to fake vendors and pocketing the money. And the kicker? My ex was in on it. I found emails, draft invoices with her name attached, password-protected PDFs she'd helped create. They started this fraud while she and I were still together. Maybe that's how their affair really began. So I documented everything. Screenshots, printed records, months of transactions. I built an airtight package and handed it to the IRS, State Tax Board, and Financial Crimes Unit. 3 weeks after their picture-perfect wedding, I woke up to sirens and 300 frantic messages from my parents. My brother had been arrested. A joint task force showed up at dawn with a warrant. My brother, the golden son, was dragged out in cuffs while neighbors filmed. His new wife, my ex, was hysterical, screaming at officers. Charges, embezzlement, wire fraud, tax evasion. My parents called me over 50 times. The voicemails were priceless. First anger, then desperation, finally, guilt trips. Family is forever. Blood is forever. Funny how family is forever only applied when they needed me. So I let their calls go to voicemail and listened to my dad's voice crack with desperation. The fallout was glorious. Assets frozen, accounts locked, my ex's designer wardrobe seized, the house they bragged about under review for forfeiture, payroll bounced. My parents went from so blessed to cautionary tale. Their church friends crossed the street to avoid them. And my ex, she dumped him the second it became clear he wasn't getting out. Filed for separation within a week. A week later, she was at a wine bar with another guy, holding hands like nothing happened. She traded me for a sinking ship. A few weeks later, my parents showed up at my door holding an envelope, the same disownment letter, but with, "We take it back. We love you. Please forgive us," scribbled across the top. I laughed. The kind that comes from your chest when the world proves your point. "You said goodbye," I told them. I accepted. My dad tried to argue about family. My mom clutched my arm, but I pulled free and reminded them word for word he was always the stronger son anyway. Goodbye. I handed the letter back unopened. "You made your choice. Now live with it."